All right. So for this video, we're going to cover determine an azimuth. So the first off that you need to know about finding an azimuth and ultimately your compass. All right. So there's two actual methods to hold your compass and actually use it when you're wandering out in the woods. All right. First is compass to cheek, and the other one is center hold method. Now, with compass to cheek, all right, you're actually going to set up your compass in a particular configuration so that way you can get an accurate direction that you need to go. Okay, so first let's just kind of explain what all is on the actual compass. Okay, so here you have a picture of your compass that I am tracing right now. Okay, here you have a nice little ring, and that is to loop your thumb in to ultimately hold your compass. Okay, you have an arrow that will point north, west, east, and south. Also, if you look at your compass, you're going to see two sets of numbers that circulate on your compass. Okay, the first ones that we're going to talk about is mils. Okay, mils are the black numbers on the outside edge of the ring, and they are in black. Unless you are doing anything with indirect fires, you will not use them. For land navigation purposes, you will use degrees, which are the red numbers that circle inside of the ring. Okay, so just pay attention to the red degrees that are inside of your actual compass. Okay, here you have the top cover that folds over. All right, you have your aiming post, and then right here it's kind of hard to see, but you kind of see the little magnifying glass. Okay, so as simple as just bending this over on top of your little magnifying glass will allow you to actually conduct the compass to cheek method. Okay, now as far as the center hold method, it is just have your compass wide open like you see it's depicted right here. Okay, and then you just line up this little aiming post right here to the degree that you need to actually go, and then you start walking that direction. Okay, and here you see compass to cheek. All right, now it's actually even best if you just have this portion of your compass laid all the way on top of your actual magnifying glass. That will give it a lot sturdier, and it's less likely to kind of trip you on up. Okay, center hold, as you can see, here is your compass laying flat. All right, so that is magnetic um, azimuth. All right, so remember that there is two types that we are going to be dealing with. We are going to be dealing with magnetic and grid. Reference the marginal information video as far as finding your declination diagram and how to actually convert a magnetic to grid or vice versa, a grid to magnetic. Now, for land navigation purposes, you will be doing a grid azimuth into a magnetic azimuth. Okay, so what this is depicting right here is two separate locations. One that you'll start at, and then one that you'll ultimately need to go. All right. So we are trying to find the grid azimuth, so that way we know exactly which direction we need to head. So first off that you want to do is just draw a straight line all the way through both points. Make sure that you use your protractor so that it is, as straight as you can possibly make it. Okay? Then what you are going to do is line up the crosshairs of your protractor on your start location. So what it has depicted here is the one down at the bottom was our start location. You'll see that the line that you drew goes all the way through and hits the degree that you need to move to. So in this case, it would be 62 degrees. All right. Now, when using this aiming post on your protractor, make sure that the lines are running parallel to the grid lines on your map. If you have this slanted or canted in any way, it will throw it off. Okay. Now, with your protractor, just like your compass, it has two sets of numbers. Okay. The in ones, the ones that are facing inward, all right, are your degrees. The ones facing out are your mils. Okay. If at any point in time you start running into, you know, thousands and 2000s, all right, you know that you're dealing with mils because they go up that high. Degrees, it will stop at 360. Okay. So now that we have found our azimuth, our grid azimuth, we need to go to our declination diagram, all right, and then convert it. And as you see here, it says to go from grid to magnetic, we need to minus 21 degrees, all right? So in the event of it being 45 degrees, we minus 21 and we get 24. If we were to go the opposite direction, we would add. So if we were needing to go from magnetic to grid, we would add. From grid to magnetic, we will subtract. Okay. Now, again, for land navigation purposes, pay attention to going from grid to magnetic. All right. You will find it first on your map and then you will use it for your compass. You will not do it in the reverse sense. Okay. A back azimuth. All right. A back azimuth is as simply as, let's say that you are proceeding and you feel that you have gone past to where you need to go. All right. All you are going to do is that if the numbers are less than 180, you will add 180 to get the direction that you need to head in the reverse direction. If the number is greater than 180, you will subtract. So let's say if it's 200, I just type there, calculate, it's 20 degrees. Let's say the number is 20 and now it's 200. Okay? And that's all what a back azimuth is. So if you need to reverse direction, just either add or subtract 180 depending on is if your current azimuth is either above or less than 180. And that is how you determine an azimuth. As always, reach out to your instructors if you have any questions.